All right, listen, I had to come back one more time. My friend Ted Coppola told me last night that Anthony Bozza passed away, age 88. Former crane operator at Pittsburgh Bridge and Iron, PB&I, in North Rochester, where Teddy's dad, Joseph, worked for equally as many years. And Mr. Bozza, also a police officer in Conway, and a member of that great Bozza family. So here comes a little history. When I say Bozza, what do you think of? Armando's, right? A club that would have given Studio 54 a run for its money. Babe, of course, Anthony Bozza, my third cousin's father, for many years, the proprietor. But if you were living the dream in the 70s and 80s, and I don't care if you're from West Virginia, Eastern Ohio, or right here in Western Pennsylvania, you know Thursday nights and Sundays, there was a line. The only thing that was missing was the red carpet and the velvet rope. And I was fortunate because I knew a few folks that I was able to get in and get out of the weather and have a whole lot of fun. And that reason, the Bozza family. So I had to take a little bit of time and talk about him. SOI member, Army, a PT boat from 1945 to 1949, preceded in death by his wife Nancy and son Michael Vincent, survived by his three children, Angelia, Jack, and Michelle. A blessing service is going to be held Saturday at my friend David Gabyer's Gaybyer Matter Funeral Home and cremation services, and then he will be buried at St. Cecilia Cemetery, where my familia is and where I will be someday. You know, they always say you can't ever go home again. I'm sure if Mr. Bozza was here, he'd tell you the same thing. You don't have to go home if you've never left it, right? So men like that, and like Mr. Coppola, who worked and their wives worked twice as hard, standing behind them for years to raise children and to do the right thing, that is why they were a part of the greatest generation. Because they knew throughout it all, and whatever odds were against them, if they stayed together and broke bread, they would find a way to stay together through life's difficult times. So on behalf of people like Mr. Bozza, and yes, Mr. Coppola, I thank you for giving us a chance to carry on. And believe me, for whatever success that any of us find in our lives, just as I would say to my own father, we owe it all to you. Grazie. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your night, and good night from your Pratte Pack.